sometimes people use the word desire not in a negative way, like, but sometimes they use it in a negative way. So it depends on the intent, you know, like an example is, for example, kamikaze bombers in the war, where the Japanese bombers, the kamikazes, right? They would fly the plane into the ships. When they were doing so Dr. Hawkins calibrated kamikaze bombers, and I was like, wow, that must be below integrity for sure. And then it came out at 350, and I was like, what the fuck, 350? And then he explained that their intention was love of family and love of country and protecting the ones they love. So because the intention influenced the level of consciousness, because 350 is quite high. But if someone's doing the same thing for an intention of death, revenge, and murder, that'll calibrate low at like 80 to 100, right? So the same action can calibrate differently. So in the same context, I use a very extreme example. Desire could be of a negative intent, or it could be a positive intent. Like, maybe I'll use something more simple. Someone sees a car and he thinks to himself, oh, if I get that car, everyone will be jealous of me. All the girls will want me. I'll be the boss in this area from seeing the car. Another person sees the car and goes, wow, that'd be very practical for me to take care of my family. So, you can see that one comes from like a desire thought, a negative elemental, and you can see one comes from a thought desire, a positive elemental. So, wanting something isn't necessarily a negative, it's the intention that gives it the frequency, so to speak. So it'd be more a willingness to achieve something is a higher frequency than a desire, if you're thinking in the terminology of the levels of consciousness, desire being more around 150 and willingness being around 310. Does that make sense? So the intention is what determines the frequency within it. That's the determining factor. That's why we always start with spiritual intentions, so that we consciously work to rise our vibration before we actually start centering and rising energy through our centers. Hi, Isaac. Yeah.